Hello friends, welcome. My name is Dr. Lori Beth and I'm a physical therapist. Today I'm going to show you at least 4 basic exercises to begin reclaiming the foundation of your body. According to the second law of thermodynamics, we are all under the influence of entropy, meaning the quality of energy is degrading over time. We are all responsible for putting in the work to maintain our functionality and to optimize our health, or to suffer the consequences that naturally are occurring over time. As a physical therapist, I'm constantly caring for people with a host of injuries, and so often many people are overlooking the importance of our foundation. Safeguarding our core and the muscles that support our spine is perhaps the most fundamental component to long-term quality of life. Rarely do we find injuries in the extremities without some compromise in the core and in our posture. These exercises can be modified to a very wide variety of people, but today I'm going to be showing you guys just the basics. Head and neck alignment is vital in almost everything that we do, from sleeping to the most skill-oriented tasks. Chin tucks involve gently moving your head and bringing your chin towards your neck. So while so many people are encouraging you to stick your bum out when you're taking a photo, I'm going to be encouraging you to make a double chin. One thing that I think is also beneficial is put 2 fingers at your chin. Now, when you start to do the chin tuck, you're not going to move the fingers. You're only going to be moving your chin. So then again, you still have something tactile to encourage that you're doing it correctly. You're going to pull your chin away from the fingers and then pull your chin back. So I'm going to pull back and hold a few seconds and then bring my chin back. Just like that. So your spine should be as neutral as possible, and you want to permit neutral alignment while also relaxing a lot of the muscles that are tense from being overactive or from you sitting or performing your regular tasks with really bad posture, especially that forward head and rounded shoulders. Sometimes this is called the nerd posture. Ultimately, now with how many of us spend too much time on our phones and computers, the chin tuck is going to be good for anybody. Here's my bench. I'm gonna try to show you on the bench. You can grab a towel if that would help you, or even a pillow, but you don't really need anything. But there's the towel just to show you guys in demonstration. If you're already up, that's not the way to start. This is really just to make it a lot more gentle for you. And you're just going to push your chin almost like a head nod. When you're on the floor, gravity is going to be assisting and relaxing the overactive muscles and also allowing those deep intrinsic cervical muscles to work. Voila. You should not look like you're at a hard rock concert or heading to a night at the Roxbury. It should be a very gentle, supple movement. Again, we're working on relaxing the muscles that are already overworked. Fortunately, the last 3 movements do not require as much instruction as the chin tucks do. The next exercise that we're going to be doing is called a dead bug. And if you have ever seen a dead bug, then you already kind of get the gist of the movement. You're going to be laying on your back and you're gonna have all of your extremities up in the air. If you're not ready to take it that aggressively, because this is good for a host of people, you can start with just doing a few of your extremities at a time. Just start with the legs or just start with the arms. Really modify for what is best for you. And if you're more advanced, you can actually add a weight. Again, the details are up to what's best for you and your body. Please maintain your back engaged in contact with whatever you're laying on, whether it's a bed or a floor or a mat. Make sure you're engaging your core through these exercises and activities, because that's the fundamental point of this video overall. Make sure when you get set up that you have plenty of room to move your arms and your legs. Core stays engaged the entire time. The more bend you have in your knees, or if you have them on the ground because you're brand new, you can even just lift them up a short amount of space. You don't necessarily have to go all the way out. That's the more advanced. The closer your arms and legs are in, the less demand that puts on your spine and your core. So the further you extend them out, the more difficult. And you can even add either ankle weights or weights to your hands. Either one's fine. After the dead bug, we're going to be getting on our hands and knees. So it's very similar to the dead bug, but you're actually going to be facing down and be in a position where you're weight bearing in your feet and your knees and your hands, And then doing a very similar posture to the dead bug, but you're gonna now be in all fours on quadruped. So for this movement, hands and knees like this, core tight and engaged. You're doing very similar movement, and again, the same modifications are in place as well. The further you reach, the harder it is. Adding weight, the harder it is. You can use just your arms or just your legs if the full quadruped position is too difficult for you. You can hold for time. I could have a dumbbell in my hand. I can have an ankle weight on my ankle. All of these are adjustments in increasing the difficulty. And the last exercise we're gonna do is currently my favorite core exercise, and it's called the bear. You're again going to be in quadruped on your hands and starting on your knees, but with the bear position, you're gonna be lifting your knees up off the ground. If you're advanced, we can progress it. And if you're brand new, there are a few modifications we can do for people that are just now getting into this. But having a strong core, as we've already said, is so important for pain prevention, pain management, and the prevention of injuries. Bear is a really good core exercise, and it's also very back friendly. So people that already have back injuries, they can still do bear pose, okay? On my hands and knees. If you're brand new, you can start by just lifting one knee up at a time, but that's gonna add a little bit of rotation to your spine, which is not really the goal, but it's also just beginner friendly. You're gonna work on getting both knees up off the ground, and this is actually bear pose, this movement by itself. So if you're new, another option, this is actually better, is just lifting the knees off of the floor. Lift and down, lift and down. So you're on hands and knees. You're gonna look like a bear by the end of this, lifting your knees up. And if you're progressing, you can kick back, kick back, kick back. Be aware of your surroundings so you don't kick anything or anybody, unless that's part of what's causing your pain. And an even harder progression, in my opinion, is adding where you tap your knees with your hands. You can even walk your bear. So you can walk back and forward. You can do your hands. Another option for people that need the exercise to be easier is to approach a bench of some sort, your bed, a table, a chair, anything stable enough for you to lean on it. From the edge of the bed, the couch, the bench, whatever you're using, you can then brace your hands and do the same modifications that we said earlier. Knees up and down, knees up and down. You can count a number of repetitions, or you can even set a time. Ultimately, this is just something that you can do to better your strength, stability, and core and prevent injury down the road, okay? So lift and down, lift and down. You can do the same where you tap, but typically if you're ready to tap, then you can get back down on the floor. You can also do where you do your kicks. And my core is very engaged. This is definitely one of my favorites. So I showed you some modifications, whether you're going to be doing it for easier or for harder. And I'm gonna show you one more way to add a little difficulty to the movement. We are going to do a chin tuck and some cervical work. So if we have tightness in our neck and in our shoulder, often that's gonna lead to neurological symptoms that we experience in the arm. The chin tuck is almost always recommended for people that are dealing with neck and shoulder problems because of this, because so many of us have muscles that are tense and tight in the back of our neck. So we're gonna do a form of a chin tuck using a band. This is a very light resistance band. I'm just gonna put it at the base of my head, the top part of my neck, And I'm gonna be adding some chin tucks and some cervical rotation. Obviously, for something like this where you're dealing with your neck, you want a very, very light resistance band. This is the lightest resistance band that I have of a long TheraBand. It's pretty light and it's appropriate for me. You definitely don't wanna have any questions or doubt about using a band that's too tight, okay? You wanna make sure you can easily get it to a place where you can work before you choose to get into the exercise position. And this is actually probably too easy for me. I should have it a little more aggressive, but you get the gist. I'm gonna just do a chin tuck here. I'm gonna relax my head. Chin tucks. You can also do some rotation. Very gentle here, very gentle. You might look funny, but it will feel amazing. If you have any doubt whatsoever, this might not be appropriate for you, then just consider it not appropriate for you. And I think a little bit of a heavier resistance would be nice, but again, you don't want it to be so heavy that it's gonna jump you out of the position like a Pop-Tart coming out of the toaster. I have patients right now that are struggling to see progress, and they're working on whatever thing hurts, their shoulder, their ankle, their knee, their elbow, but they're not fixing their structure or foundation. It's like painting a house that's in terrible fundamental condition at the structure and base of the home. The paint is not going to fix the problem if you don't first fix the structure. Whether you are highly functional or not very functional, training your body is so important. It's not too soon and it's not too late. The time is now. So if you could benefit from this video, drop a like, give us some feedback, and also send it to somebody that you know that could benefit from a video or topic like this one. Here is a quick summary of your core and postural control routine. If appropriate for all of them, you'll be performing chin tucks, dead bugs, bird dogs, and bear pose with your knees lifted. Each of these for 3 sets of between 3 and 10 repetitions, depending on your endurance and how well you are ready to progress to higher levels of repetition or difficulty. These exercises are designed to target deep core stability, posture control, and movement quality. It's impossible to prescribe a perfect schedule or frequency for a general audience. It's important to learn to listen to your body so that you can safely advance, prioritize progress, and make adjustments when necessary. Focus on your control, breathing, motor quality, and form. Quality always matters over quantity. Use this routine simply as a foundation for building resilience, improving your function and motor control over time, making modifications for your personal body as needed. If you want to do less, you can. If only 1 set is all you have time for, slowly continuing to advance while being mindful of what's safe for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you very soon.